So first I'm going to give a shout out to one of my YouTube followers. He sent me a link to a video, and yes, I did know about these. I was holding off because I wanted to kind of keep something to myself. It was a secret, but you know, I can't hold it from the community forever. Everybody's going to eventually know about it, so I might as well make a video about this. Again, shout out to Milspec. He's the one who showed me this video, and he talks about how to get these exotics. He is right. So there is one way that I will not talk about because it is technically a loot cave, but actually I may talk about it, but I'm not going to show you how to do it. If you want to go see how to do this, by all means, that's on you. It's your risk. You run the risk of doing this. Will they ban you for it? I doubt they will, but yes, it is technically falling underneath a loot cave, so that's on players' discretion. So let's get into the video. So first of all, we're going to talk about these exotics right here. The Liberty Pistol, the Nemesis, and the Chatterbox. These are three that you can actually get pretty much really fast. Now the Chatterbox, as long as you have, or actually all three of these, as long as you do not have them on your character or in your stash, you can technically attempt to get all three of these. Now the Nemesis once a month on average, the Chatterbox as long as you have keys, and the Liberty you can basically just continuously reform. The only thing is you're going to need a lot of D50 pistols, and last week they were selling these like crazy at one of the vendors, and yeah, I just bought up about 150 of them. So first of all, we're going to talk about where to go to. So for the Liberty, you're going to want to go to these ones. Now the other one that you're not going to have to worry about is the one in the middle that I have down below this, but the other ones over here, like yeah, not this one right here that I just have over my circle, you're not going to go to that one, but all these other ones you're going to go to, hit the bosses, and the boss will drop the parts for the Liberty. After you have done that, you can go back over here and craft. Now, just not this one. Air and Space Museum, I don't think this one is the one, but all the other ones you will. Now, again, that's going to craft you your Liberty pistol. As you can see down here, it's the 4 parts that you need. Now, again, you're going to need a D50 to construct this, so that's an easy way to do it. As for the Chatterbox, we will show you where to go for the Chatterbox. Now, again, this one here just requires keys. So if you need keys, there's also videos out there that show you where all the loot keys are and stuff like that. But let's go over and show you which missions you have to do. Now, these 2 missions will drop a part, okay? If it doesn't drop it, all you have to do is log out, log back in, go run it, and you know, boom, maybe it may not drop right there. It may have to require you to go do it the next day, but this is where you can get the parts. Now it's in one of those 2 boxes in that mission. Now in this mission there's only 1 box, okay, so you got to really just get lucky. But if you don't have the Chatterbox on your character, it will drop the part. Remember, it can't be on your character, or it cannot be in your stash. So that's another way. Now the other one is all these hyena boxes, okay? I typically get mine from right there, but there's all these other ones in these areas over here, so you need to look for each of the hyena boxes. So I'll show you where they're at on this video. There's one right here for reference, okay? So you can see where to go to them if you don't know where all the boxes are. This one here pretty much always drops that piece for me. It's right here by DZ East Charlie's box. Here's another hyena box. Now remember, the Chatterbox only drops from hyena boxes. That's very important to remember. As well as you also might get an Acosta go bag. That's another cheap way to get some more exotics as well, because you can get those and just deconstruct them. These areas also have hyena boxes. It doesn't typically drop because the missions are over here, but you can check them. Here's another location, and another. As you see, that's a true sun over there, so we're not going to worry about that one. That one's inside the mission. That's supposed to drop it. That's why I say it doesn't typically drop the hyena pieces from there, but you can check them. There's one right here by this spot. You see, here's another one right over here. There's 2 up here. And that one, these 2 are inside the mission. So again, this area typically will not drop that piece for it. There's another one right here, because again, these missions have those hyena pieces in there. So you're mainly going to check Judiciary Square, but you can check these other boxes as well, as long as you got hyena keys, okay, for the Chatterbox. You can do that about once every day, okay? So that's a free exotic once every day. This right here inside this mission, I don't think it drops, but you can check there. I doubt it does inside the stronghold. Now, as for the Nemesis is another one, but this one here you can get once a month. Okay, so that's one free exotic once a month just by running certain missions. Okay, so like one person, I've watched his video where he's forcing you to do this. It's not forcing you to run countdown over and over and over. You go out here and you do these missions, you will also have to do this to get these exotics. So the main first piece is a tidal basin. Okay, when you're going through there to get to here, you have to get a key to get onto the hovercraft. Okay, that key that you're looking for is going to open up a door and give you a special weapon that you're going to have to deconstruct to get your first piece for that entire thing. So where it is located for this hovercraft is at the very first key box that you will come across. Okay, now I'm trying to remember where it's at. I believe it's this box right over here. Now, as you're running through, it's going to be at the first real junction that you're going to come across, where you got to open up a door, and you're going to see a little key underneath. Up at the very top is a box that you'll be able to open as well. You can check that. That's going to have an cost to go back. But the very first one, that yellow key that you got to open, that's going to open up that piece on that hovercraft, that special door, and that is where you're going to get that first piece. Now, the rest of the pieces from there are in all the strongholds. Now, the strongholds that you're going to get, those pieces will have to be invaded. So you got to make sure that they are invaded. So you'll have to reset this after doing Tidal Basin to go get your other piece for that sniper rifle. Okay? Now, you cannot mess with them unless they are invaded. So this one here is another one, the Roosevelt. That's another piece for invaded. DCD. That's another one that's invaded that you have to do, or District Union Arena, sorry, my bad. Now, the one above, Manning, that one does not drop a piece, so do not worry. If this one is invaded, do not mess with it. But the last piece you're going to need is going to be, I think it's the mission right over here, across from it. This one here is the last piece. This one has to be invaded to get that fourth or the fifth and final piece that you're going to need to craft it. So again, once a month, you can get a free Nemesis by doing these missions in that type of order and getting that done. So that's another way to get exotics. Now, the other ways are very simple. The legendaries and weekly SHD. Now, this one here is going to be fairly easy. All you got to do is go run you some countdown, donate the parts, get that, and you can get 4 of these because you can get 1 of each character. Same with the legendaries, running each legendary with 1 character. So that's 8 free exotics right there. Okay, now most of y'all should know this by now. If you don't, you're brand new to the game or brand new to this, that is where you're going to be able to get 8 free exotics. The other spot is exotics. Again, everybody should know these. Is from doing these events. A lot of people don't mess with the events because they play PvP, but if you really want those exotics, you're really looking for them, there's free ones right here. Again, most of the stuff easy to understand. Most of it you should already know. Okay, so I'm not going to go over too much of it, but all these events, they're going to have X amount of exotics. Some might have 2, some might have 1, but those are free exotics, so do all these when they pop up. Okay. Another way, which is I think very simple, is specific missions as well as other things will drop exotics. But the summit, this is the one I'm going to talk to y'all about. Summit floor 10. Farming this right here is technically a loot cave. Now, it will, on the boss, depending on what you have set, it will typically drop an exotic. So what you're going to be setting it for are weapons of this, and not any brand sets, nothing like that. But you're going to be setting it for like these, the gloves, the chests, the backpacks, everything. Okay, now chest pieces, typically for True Sun. So if you come up across the boss and he's a True Sun, set it for chests. If you're coming across Black Tusk, set it for backpacks. I believe Outcast or Hyenas will be your knee pads. Black Tusk, definitely holsters or cleaners. Gloves and things like that, definitely black tusk, because there's only one set of gloves. Now pistols, there's only the Liberty, SMGs, you know, there's all different types of factions. You really want to find out what weapons are for each faction, so if you come across the faction, you can set it for that. The faction boss at the very end will typically drop one of them. But masks are mainly going to be hyenas or black tusk. Hyenas and black tusk for mask, always. Because the Coyote's mask is a hyena one, and the other ones are black tusk. So set those for there. A good one to set it for, because you can get a lot of them, which would be the bighorn, and the chameleon, which drops a lot, is going to be ARs. So definitely set it for those. Now, on another video that I'm also going to talk to y'all about is this right here, this extra piece of information I'm going to give y'all. When you're at expertise and you're nearly maxed out, okay, always try to get everything you can as high as maxed out, because once you get it maxed out, you can literally just deconstruct to get parts and you won't need watch points. But I can't stress this enough, you are going to need watch points for very specific items. So those items that we're going to talk about, which are in here, are some of these. The Andrestia sniper rifle. This is the one you get for doing the Nemesis. You're not going to get that many times, and plus you have to deconstruct it to get those parts. So you got to use watch points for this one. SMGs. There's, I think, 2 of them, but the Slayer is one, because that one only comes around on Christmas time. So if you really want to get out there and max out everything, you're going to have to use watch points for the Slayer. Okay? Shotguns. This was a beta, so anybody who played the beta, you will have the Enforcer. If you didn't play the beta, sorry, that's where you get this from. But you're going to have to use watch points on this. I think there's another SMG I forgot about. Oh yeah. It's not the police one. No, it's not the police. It's the 45. This one here is a raid one. This one only drops in the raids, and it's very rare to drop in the raids. So you're gonna have to use watch points to max out this. Sorry, it's only linked to the raid. I think it's Dark Hours. LMGs. There's one right here that you get for boosting a player up and through to like the first few levels, introducing him on. It's the Stinger. That's another one that you're gonna have to use watch points on if you don't have it. It's very hard to get, but if you have it, congratulations. You can easily just craft these and donate it, but if you don't, you're gonna have to use watch points. I do believe, no, there's not a pistol. Yeah, no, there's no pistols. I don't think there's any rifles. And nope, no rifles. Nothing I can think of. Nope. Oh, there was one more. There was one more. I can't remember. Oh yeah, the gloves. The hiding gloves. The devs didn't take this out, but it is here, so you will have to use your watch points for the hiding gloves. So those are the ones you're going to have to use watch points on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very sorry about that. The devs kind of screwed you over on these, that you have to use watch points. But the other ones that you don't have to are the improvised pieces. These right here, you can simply craft or put them on after you've crafted them and max those out. So don't try to, use them if you don't want to. You can just craft about 20. Where you're going to craft these at, if you don't know, if you're brand new, they're down here on each one of these. Basically, improvised mask, craft 20, donate 20, you're done. That simple. So again, you might have to use watch points. You might not. If you can just go hit countdown a lot or get the parts that you need to craft them, there you go. It's not that hard. Protective fabric, no name gear, no nothing. Just come over here after you made 20 and donate.